You're gonna figure it out in your dreams. Good night, Owen Theo.
We have somebody in bed with me who's huge for me. Not huge like that.
Whoa.
Who's huge for me. This is a big get for me, you guys. We have somebody who's a wonderful musician, a super talented actor. I actually got the pleasure of working with him in a charity. What was it? It was a charity.
It was a charity event where we read The Great Gatsby, and you were incredible.
I had 2 lines. Wait. We have Nat Wolff on the podcast. Wait, I had more to say about you, but then we had to talk about our charity event.
I want to hear more.
Well, I love your new music so much. I love that song. It's so good.
Thanks, man.
How are you feeling about it?
So great. It's like we've always made music, but it's been so amazing. And like the last year and a half, starting with COVID, my brother and I moved back in together.
You still live together?
Now we don't, but during COVID we did, and it was like a year and a half of just like making music all the time. So we had this huge backlog of music, and then now just within the last year and a half, it's just getting all this new attention, and it's been so gratifying and so great.
Is it hard working with a sibling? Wait, let's go back really fast. I have ADD,
so do I. This podcast
really
is going to be...
It's going to be insane.
You can take your ADD and add an H, and then I'm right with you.
Wait, 100%. You're like bouncing off the walls vibe?
Yeah.
You are?
No, but I do have ADHD for sure.
What is ADD versus ADHD? Hyperactivity.
I mean, I know the word is hyperactivity. I don't really know what the difference is.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I always used it as an excuse for getting like bad grades. I would always be like, well, it's my ADD. Wait, so we were in a charity. Explain what this was. What was it? We did a charity.
It was for actors, as I remember, right? Actors who were put out of work during COVID. I think something like that. Maybe it was before COVID. No, hold on.
Wait,
it was definitely
was it for?
It was. What was the? Oh God.
Wait,
the guy's name is Brando.
Brando Crawford.
Brando Crawford started a thing, and then he would have all these readings.
Yes.
And then he asked me like 2 days before, hey, do you want to play Nick in Great Gatsby? I was like, not really. He's like, would you want to play Gatsby? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to play Gatsby. That sounds awesome. I was like,
wait, he asked you the day before?
Like 2 days before or something like that. Yeah. No. I was on the Zoom with you guys. Maybe like 4.
No. I wasn't on the Zoom because he actually asked me a day before because I had one. He goes, we have the role of a lifetime. Here you go, and gave it to me, and I was like, where are my lines? He was like, oh, you're on like page 103. He was like, and that's your only line.
Wait, what was your character? I have to admit, I can't remember who
I don't
you
remember
played.
either. I played like somebody who came in and like hit someone or something, remember?
Oh yeah, you had a big hit.
I had a big hit. Wait,
I remember you reading your lines with the passion and the energy and charisma of a star. But there were only 2 of them. But those 2 lines reading, which I think was maybe 7 hours long.
No, it was the longest thing I've ever.
It was so long. And I remember my friend texted me being like, yeah, I tuned in for the Great Gatsby reading. And at first I was like, what the hell are all these guys doing pretending to be in Great Gatsby? And then halfway through I thought, wow, I'm really starting to understand the book even more than I ever did. And then by the end, I was thinking, I got to turn this off.
That's hilarious. He's like, I totally understand it now, and I absolutely hate it. He's like, you guys made me hate that. No, that's the first time I met you, and I was so charmed by you.
I was so charmed by you.
No, you're a charmer. Do you get that a
charmer.
lot? No, I'm not, actually. I'm losing my charm. No, I'm losing my charm with age.
The most charming I ever was, I was 12.
Wait, same.
Really?
What were you doing at 12?
I was in the band with Alex, and we were on TV, and I see interviews that, they put us on interviews, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I was like, that's the most, I wish I could be that confident.
Charismatic.
And I was so confident. And I was like, yeah, we did this and this. I literally sounded more like an adult than I do now.
No, but you're very well spoken.
Thank you.
Still, no, I'm not. I stutter, and I can't find my words a lot.
I don't think so.
Oh, there you go. I love that for us. Okay, so I saw you last week in New York, and it was thrilling because it was 2 a.m. Okay, let me set the scene. It's 2 a.m. I was with my boyfriend and a mutual friend named Amber Mark, who's an unbelievable musician. Do you know her?
I met her for a second that night,
she's wonderful. You're gonna love her. You're gonna love her. You're gonna love the music. She and I and Jared were at this bar down the street, and I drank 3 shots, and then Jared turned to me and goes, "We have to go." I leave the bar. I'm like, it's like hitting me that I'm drunk. I'm like so tired because when I drink, I get so tired. So I'm so tired and I'm drunk, and then I run into Nat Wolff.
This isn't the first time we've run into each other. I don't know if you remember this.
Where?
it was like the behind the scenes of Let It Be, that Peter Jackson documentary. And I went to the event because I thought there's a possibility that I'll meet Paul McCartney.
Totally.
I'll get to see him again because I did actually meet him at a restaurant one time.
You
and
did?
Then I met, and then I'm going to get to it, but then I met him again this weekend. So this is a long, big circular story.
Coming.
It's a big ADHD story.
Totally.
But I will say I ran into you there, and that's where I got your phone number, and that's when we became buddies. And we listened to. Do you remember it was like a Beatles event?
No, I remember this, but I'm.
And you were like standing with so many famous people. I remember. You were standing with like Reese Witherspoon and then the actress.
Tell the camera this.
Yeah.
Let's clip this, you guys. This is really good for my image.
Yeah.
No,
you were with
Reese.
It was like you and then just a big gaggle of like some of the most incredible actresses of all time.
Do you know what? They probably were figuring out a way.
Kate Beckinsale, that was another one. Kate Beckinsale, Reese Witherspoon, and then you were with somebody else, somebody super incredible and super famous.
Maybe Kate Hudson.
Maybe Kate Hudson.
Because I met her at that event, and that's the night that I she's my idol of sorts.
Penny Lane in Almost Famous.
Come
that was
on!
Because I was saying before we started that this was kind of my biggest crush as a kid.
Charlie's
Drew
Angels.
Barrymore and Charlie's Angels, and my other one was Penny Lane in Almost Famous.
Wait, it's really refreshing. I think Drew is stunning and cool and hot and perfect, but it's really refreshing to hear that Cameron Diaz wasn't your in.
I mean, I loved
But we
Cameron
love her
Diaz
too, obviously.
but yeah, Drew Barrymore was my biggest crush, and then I remember seeing her in the airport, and I remember my parents being like, "You should go up to talk to her," and I couldn't do it, and then I ended up on her show, and like, you know, I kind of told the story, but I didn't. I felt even then I froze up a little on her show, being like, I had a big crush on you.
Yeah, that's awkward to tell someone like you were my sexual awakening. That's
crazy.
crazy.
I think I said to her immediately. I was like, "Yeah, and you were in the airport with one of the guys from The Strokes," and she was like, "Yep, Fabrizio." Like, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I brought up a tough thing or something.
Totally,
So
totally.
I kind of just diverted the story and went to a different thing.
Totally.
But then this weekend, just to wrap it all around,
you need
this
to.
weekend,
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah.
So I met Paul McCartney at a restaurant years ago, and it was like the highlight of my life. But I called my brother. Like, we're both equally big Beatles fans. So I called my brother, and I was with my friend. Do you know David Levy? The greatest.
Who's that?
You would love him. He seems
what
to
does
know
he
everyone,
do?
so I said.
What does
He's
he
an
do?
actor, and he's been my friend since we were in preschool.
Where'd you guys meet?
We met in preschool.
No, but like, where'd you grow up?
Oh, in New York. I grew up in New York City.
I think LA natives have a bad reputation because I think it's the LA transplants that are actually the problem.
You think it's the Don Quixotes who come to LA and say, "I'm going to be a big star"?
Those are the problem. I think the people who grew up here aren't so fame obsessed. Well, I'm pretty fame obsessed. Me with Reese Witherspoon. No,
They were all obsessed with you. I didn't see it as you thirsting over them. It seemed like you were the center of a lot of attention, kind of going right at
That
you.
is crazy. I'm definitely making them clip that and put that on TikTok. 100%.
Yeah.
Wait, you met Paul McCartney where? Restaurant?
The first time I met him at a restaurant, and I immediately burst into tears like a girl in the 60s, like in those videos.
Yeah.
And I walked up to him and I told him how much his music meant to me, and he was so sweet and warm, and I talked until eventually his wife was like, "Okay, thank you," and I was like, "Okay, God, I got my allotted time." And then I went back. I called Alex immediately, my brother immediately, and Alex was like, "I'm so happy for you, but this is not how it was supposed to happen." He's like, "I was supposed to be there," and he like punched a wall and stuff. And I've always had this guilt that he wasn't there. And then at the Oasis concert this week, I'm like,
You went?
I went. And
How many times? Just one?
I just went to one. Did you go?
No, but I feel like everyone who I've talked to is like, "Oh my God, I saw Oasis 4 times." I'm like, what? Do you know what I mean? It feels like you can't go once.
Awesome,
you have to go
dude. Yeah.
like 3 or 4 times.
And we went to we go to the opening act, and I'm like, okay, let's leave a song early so we can go back to our seats. We were kind of on the floor, and as we're going back, we can't, like, they won't take our tickets, so then we can't get up. And I'm trying to bribe other people, being like, "Hey, can I go up with your
Jesus
group?"
Christ.
And then they're like, "Just wait in this little hallway." And then the woman's like, "You guys can go in that elevator because Paul McCartney and team are coming." And I was like, "It's cool. I think we'll just wait here."
That's hilarious.
And I turned to Alex, and I'm like, because he didn't hear it, I'm like, he's even more ADHD than I am. And he's
course.
like looking around, and I'm like, Paul McCartney's walking up. And so then we just waited, and he walked right past us, and we just kind of bum rushed into the elevator. And then Alex was like, "Paul," and he went to go, he has a tattoo on his arm that says "Here, There, and Everywhere," the song, and he went to go do this, and the security guard like sees him reaching, goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" And goes to fucking knock him out, and Alex goes, sorry, I was just going to show Paul my tattoo. And we kind of backed up against a wall, and Paul goes, "Hey, I'd like to see the tattoo." And then
See, and that's what Paul McCartney's
McCartney
meant
does.
to do, dude.
And Alex puts it up and he goes, "Here, there, and everywhere. That'd be a good name for a song." He reminded me of that, Doc, to his security guard. And then I was like, "Paul McCartney, you're the greatest. Thank you so much." He's like, "Thanks, mate." And then he walks out. And then I got out. Alex starts crying. He's like, "That was so amazing. You don't think Paul felt in danger, right?" I'm like, "No, I don't think he felt in danger."
He definitely didn't feel in danger. I think he has a security guard to make sure he doesn't feel in danger.
Exactly.
The security guard knocks Alex out.
Dude,
He's like,
it looked like he could have gone for. I mean, to be fair, it's the reaching. I think it was
no, the reaching's horrifying.
It's like,
totally,
you know,
totally.
you don't know what you're going to be grabbing out. Yeah.
Well, a sweet tattoo. What does this tattoo look like?
It's like in the font of Revolver, the album, and it says "Here, There, and Everywhere." To be fair, actually, it was my idea to get a Beatles tattoo, and then he took it and got it.
Do you have a lot of tattoos?
No, I didn't get tattoos. I thought it'd be even more punk rock because everyone I know has tattoos. I was
Really?
like, I'm just not going to get tattoos.
I don't have one tattoo.
I have a tiny little one on my arm.
You're like, I have
tiny little
7,
one,
but they're
yeah.
tiny and they're small, and you're never gonna see them. Where is it?
I have one like right here that says AH because when we were younger, they used to say to like me, my brother, and like David being like, "Oh, are you guys going back to Animal House?" And then we're like, "Okay, we'll go and get AH tattooed." And then I was like, eh. And then actually at a wedding, I got A.
Another
for my
tattoo.
for my brother's, and he got N. So it was
Aww.
kinda,
At a wedding?
actually at my ex's wedding, yeah, which is pretty
Wait,
amazing.
at your
too.
ex's? Oh,
Yeah.
you went to.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm like looking around like, but I've already said it and things. Yeah, I did go to my ex's wedding, and it was. And
Wait,
we actually
that's
ended
really
up having so
thrilling.
much fun. Yeah, I think it's like a good sign.
My whole thing right now is I'm becoming friends with my ex.
Dude, congrats.
Thank you. We were together for 2.5 years. Not long.
But that's a
But
real
also,
relationship,
I was
though.
so young. Because I've been with Jared for 10 years. So I was with him from 16 to 18.
You've been together for 10
No, I can't talk about
years?
it. It's really disgusting. And
That's
it's something.
amazing. Are
No,
you guys
something-
going to get married?
It's a sore subject. I just found a ring in Jared's phone. It's a hideous ring. It's horrible. It's nothing I would like. I went to delete it. Then he came to me and he was like, "So how's my phone?" And I was like, "Oh God." I was like, "You're actually very loyal." I wasn't checking for for any cheating. I was more checking for the rings, which I found, and it's so not my. And then he's like, he's a stylist. He's like, let me just cut you off here. That was for. So I would love that picture back. I was like, it's in your recently deleted. I didn't delete it from there, I swear.
Is he planning on proposing? That was a thing?
Well,
and
no,
then-
so this is the thing. So if now he is planning on proposing, now
he's
we
not.
fucked it. Yeah.
He might have been saying the music video thing as a cover.
Well, then
obviously.
I'm scared for his taste, and he's a stylist. The ring was so ugly, so I know for a fact
It was for the thing. Yeah. But before that, what made you think, okay, I got to go look for a ring this fun?
I was with my friend,
Yeah.
and we were on speaker with Jared, and Jared didn't know I was there. Then he goes, "Wait, and also I want to discuss," and then she cut him off, like in a really weird way, which she never does, and she's like, "Wait, Owen's here. Wait, it's so funny, Owen's here," and I was like, "That was weird."
That was.
So then I was like,
weird.
okay, I don't think he's going to tell my friend he's having an affair. And if he is, then my friend's a really bad friend. My friend's like, I encourage this. Owen's crazy. No, I think it was about that. So that's why I looked.
Oh, yeah. And you were like, what kind of ring are we
Well,
gonna-
that's what scared me. I want a Hailey Bieber ring. I want a security to be next to me at all times.
Does Hailey Bieber have a special, super expensive ring
So
or
are
something?
you not pop
No,
culture?
come on. I know some stuff, but I stay off.
So you don't know
Oh, my
this.
God, I keep getting made fun of too for doing millennial pauses. Do you know what this is?
Of course, but what do you mean? Why? On TikTok?
Because my brother and I are making all these videos to promote our album, and like I guess I always press record and I'm like, "Hey guys," so then he's like, "God, you sound like you're like 50 years old."
Wait,
like a
why don't you
fucking
just edit
loser."
it a little?
I don't even know. I just send the video as it is, and then I'm really bad with like I don't have it on my phone or anything like that because anytime you do,
You know I've
see
DM'd
some
you.
shit. I've never seen it.
No, I know. I was like, he hates me. I was like, he literally hates
Oh,
me.
Fuck, there's probably so many people that are like, why didn't he respond to my? I've literally never. When I was 19, I spent like 9 months on Instagram, and I noticed that I would wake up and I'd be like checking it as soon as I woke up,
course.
and I was like, this is terrible. I feel like a big influx of anxiety as soon as I woke up.
Do you?
When
That's what social media does for you.
Yeah,
It makes
totally.
you anxious.
I don't know why exactly.
No,
but-
that makes sense. That's a
Yeah.
lot of people on this planet.
But some
yeah.
people no. I mean, some people like. I actually think it seems like you use it in an amazing way. I actually think like my brother even uses it in such a funny, great way. But I'm just bad at it too. It's like the millennial pausing thing. I never know what to say. And I'm better with this stuff. I love talking to my friend Owen. That's all I want to do is interviews with my buddy Owen.
Now you're being crazy.
My best friend.
Again, we're gonna clip
who's gonna
that.
get an ugly ass engagement ring.
Will you come to my wedding?
Fuck yes, dude. Just don't DM it to me, and then I'll be able to make it.
I was gonna say something about social media, which is this. Oh, I use social media like a Finsta. Like I use it just like I just post whatever the fuck I want.
That's
I don't
sick.
care.
Right.
So
Punk rock. Social media.
Well, I'm pretty punk rock. Look at my my posters on the wall. It's like I'm pretty punk rock. No, you know
the best of both worlds. You put it in together and then it's the best of both worlds. Wait, didn't she have songs too?
Yeah, of course.
What were her songs?
Why not? Wwhy not? Take a crazy. Woo!
Yeah,
that's a blast. And then obviously
sick.
Lindsay had some songs too.
She had some songs.
Rumors.
Yeah.
There's always rumors starting. I'm sick of being followed. It's about her paparazzi.
I was gonna say Stars at Night, but I think that's Paris.
No, that's Paris. But she's somewhere on the wall. Wait, what was your 2000s like? It was Drew Barrymore. What else were you into during that time?
Loved NSYNC. Like so into it. Had the CD. Loved Britney, obviously.
Obviously.
I loved I loved Sugar We're Going Down.
What's that?
Fall Out Boy, you know that
No,
we're going down and early around.
Love that song.
And what's that Panic at the Disco song that was early 2000s? That was like closing the goddamn door knob. It's much better to fix these kinds of things with sense of poise and rationality.
That's the best.
So
that's
good.
but does a concert full song.
Scene.
No, I love. Did any of that influence your music?
Yeah, a little bit. I think
What were you
we have a
listening
song.
to
I mean,
that
really,
influenced?
we were I was such an obsessive Beatles fan and such an obsessive James Taylor fan, and I would get the CDs or the records from my parents. So I thought James Taylor was 20 because I saw him on the cover of the CD. And then I remember my parents being like, James Taylor's on TV. And I came out and he was bald and I started crying. And I was like, what? That's not James. And I've been listening to the CD all the time thinking he was like this 20-year-old. And I was like,
hilarious.
He's as old as you guys?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What are you like? I wish I came up with that.
I just am really inspired by Jeff Tweedy. I think Wilk is amazing. I don't know. There's lots of people that were the live show of the National was unbelievable. I got to see Prince when I was 14, and that changed my life.
I have to get into the National. I know they're unbelievable.
Honestly, gotta go to the live show.
Really?
He's so passionate and soulful live. I didn't really know anything about them. I went to actually go see Big Thief because they were opening, and then I was like, oh, the National playing. I didn't really know their music that well. And then I found myself so moved by it.
Did you and your brother ever have such different music tastes, and you were in the studio being like, that's not it. You're like, I want Hillary Duff vibe. And he's like, no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you ever fight?
On the newest album, we got in one thing in the studio where I was playing the piano part and Alex had a specific way he was playing, wanting to hear it, and I was playing it. And then I was like, fuck it, you play it. And I threw off the headphones, and then he was like, what the fuck, man? I was just trying to do it. And we had it out, and then, we would, I remember fighting in front of my friend Austin, who's an only child, and he was like, I thought the band was gonna break up. I was like, no, we are over it already. It's we get over it in 1 second. We scream at each other, and then we're like dogs, rah, and they're like,
totally.
I love you, buddy. Sorry.
Totally. And then you're playing the next
No,
second.
we're playing. We're totally fine.
I mean, I relate to that. I'm an only child, but I'm like that with my my mother, where we're fighting like dogs, and then ultimately we're like, love you, babe. That's our vibe.
We're gonna go with that. That's so funny, dude.
I'm obsessed with my mom. Do you spend a lot of time with Alex?
We spend so much time
How much
together.
time per week?
It's well, sometimes we're off. If we're off shooting a movie, that's the only time we're kind of apart.
Yeah.
But he has, I basically let him have all my friends. So,
and that's beautiful.
and he didn't let me have any of his friends, and that's okay.
So you guys share friends because of you.
We share friends because of me. Alex's girlfriend, Rozzy, is always like, when I hang out with you guys, it's like I'm third wheeling.
Wait, Rozzy?
Rozzy.
Crane? Different Rozzy.
No, it is Rozzy Crane. She's unbelievably talented.
Don't repeat this. This is only for you, kid. I used to sing back in the day, and I sang with Rozzy. How crazy.
In what
Capacity? I can't really explain. I don't remember. Oh, we were doing a charity event. I'm always
You
doing
are just
charity
so
events.
charitable.
I'm always doing charity events. We were doing a charity event, and it was like me, this girl named Bella Porter, this girl named Catherine Gallagher, who I love, who's
Catherine, yeah.
and Rosie, and we were all like singing the song
Amazing.
together. Does she make solo music?
She does, just under the moniker Rosie. She has a new album coming out. It's called Fig Tree. It's so good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. You were talking about when you go off to shoot a movie. You're in a movie. When does Play Dirty come out?
Play Dirty comes out. I know the premiere is October 1st is when Play Dirty comes out, and I knew that just off the top of my head.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
I keep
you
a
were
good,
you were just
know,
kind of looking in this direction.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I just sometimes have to
ponder.
go over here to ponder.
Of course. Fuck, marry, kill. This is gonna be tough. Ready? Performing music.
Okay.
Okay. Writing songs, different, or acting in a film.
Writing songs is something that you really don't have to be employed, and it doesn't have to be on your schedule. You can do it anytime, and it's a good thing to marry because it's just going to continue to feed you as your life goes on. And then I would fuck the shit out of both the other ones.
Fuck, marry, kill. Okay. Paper Towns, Home Again, and Fault in Our Stars.
I would have to marry The Fault in Our Stars. I would have to fuck Paper Towns. And then I love Home Again. I loved Reese Witherspoon, your best friend, and
course.
everybody. But I would say I was probably there the least because I think I only worked for like a month, so I'd have to kill it just experience-wise.
Well, let's do another round. So The Intern, Palo Alto, and Stuck in Love.
My biggest brag is I got a compliment from Daniel Day-Lewis on my performance in Palo Alto, so I'd have to marry that one because that was probably a crowning achievement of my acting
I mean,
career.
that's absolutely huge.
Pretty sick. I'd have to fuck The Intern because I got to meet Robert De Niro and do a scene with Robert De Niro with Nancy Meyers directing. And Stuck in Love is one of my favorites, and the guy who directed Fault in Our Stars did Stuck in Love, so I feel like I'm okay to kill
You
it,
got
Josh,
it
because I
already,
already
yeah.
gave you Fault in Our Stars as married. So I'm married to you. So we can always go back and watch Stuck in Love together sometimes, you know?
But you've killed it, so you're not going to watch it.
But it was, Stuck in Love is awesome. Those are three that I love. There's a lot that I would easily kill that I'm so glad you didn't bring into it. But those ones I'd
Like
probably
what?
all marry.
Like what?
Well, I'd marry Great Gatsby reading 10 times out of 10.
Now you're
Just
just,
because you're
saying
in
that,
it.
dude.
I would marry anything that you're in. And I would get you a better ring than fucking
Jared.
ring than that. Okay, Play Dirty
Okay, yeah,
is-
tell me about Play Dirty. Where'd you shoot it?
I shot it in Australia, and I weirdly have shot 3 things in a row in Australia, which is insane because the time difference is so fucking
It's a
crazy.
day.
So like when I was doing the movie, I kept having to go back to LA, and it was insane. But Shane Black is the guy who wrote like all the Lethal Weapon movies.
Amazing.
And he directed like The Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling. It's so fucking funny. And he did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Amazing.
And it's my exact sense of humor, like really dark, really like violent comedy. And it's really funny and really sort of sadistic. And Mark Wahlberg is unbelievable in it.
Was it crazy to work with Mark Wahlberg?
It was so awesome. Like I had to do a fight scene with him the first day I was working with him, and he's like, you know, are you worried about this one move? I was like, no, man, go for it. And then
Wait, you had to fight Mark
we had to
Wahlberg?
fight. Look at me, bro.
No, you're yoked.
Yeah,
you're
I'm yoked,
You're
obviously.
jacked.
Obviously. No, he's like, honestly, he has some of the biggest bicep muscles I've
No,
ever seen in
I
my
know,
entire
love.
life. And
I
he, like,
looked up Mark Wahlberg bulge a lot as a kid.
Really? I was talking about a different bulge. I was talking about this
No,
bulge.
I know. I know.
But that was something that you used to Google a
So
lot?
hot, so hot.
Interesting.
Okay, don't tell him that.
He's
Hey,
he's gonna hear.
Mark. But that's normal. I feel like gay kids do that. I always
Nah,
talk
he'll
about
be psyched about it.
He'll love that.
And on the first take, he banged my head into the mat, which he was supposed to do, and I literally saw white. I completely saw white, and I saw stars, and I was like, holy shit, that Mark Wahlberg guy's fucking strong. I was like, I'm really struggling here.
Yeah.
And
You're like,
and then I was like, hey, bro, I don't think I can take the head hit. And he was like, yeah, that was I hit you really hard. I was like, yeah, man. I was like, I loved it. But let's think of an alternative. But in general, honestly, of those, I've been
that's
lucky
actually insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
to work with those, like getting to work with some of those movie star guys of that age is so crazy. But that one, that experience with Mark was like the top, you know.
Do you get nervous? Do you get like, you walk onto set, do you feel anything? Or are you like another day, another
Oh no,
dollar?
I totally get nervous. Like I remember one time doing a movie and I was like, I'm kind of feeling relaxed and like I don't feel those nerves or that, and then I was fucking terrible and I was terrible the whole day and I had to go home and be like, what is the thing that makes me nervous? And I think it's that anticipation of performing where you're like, you know, those nerves obviously can be debilitating sometimes, but I think the good nerves for me, they propel me because I can
100%.
be, you know, like they take you into another plane a little bit.
I agree. I think like butterfly, like having nervous butterflies actually makes you better.
Totally. If you can channel it like into it. And
Totally.
If you don't like freeze up. There's
Were
that
you a theater
freezing
kid?
Not really.
No, because you were on TV ultimately.
But yeah, I was like a music kid. But I did 2 plays.
Me with Daniel Radcliffe and Equus, I was like, wow, I need to be an actor and I need to work with him on stage in this play.
Such a great play. Fuck, I never got to see him in it.
It was amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Would you do a play now?
I did The Seagull last year with actually.
Where?
Do you know Hari Neff?
Yes.
Dude, with Hari and with Parker Posey.
What?
And I played Constantine, like the Constantine. It was one of the most amazing, intense experiences
freaking
of my
out
life.
that no one invited me to this. How was that?
So intense.
How do you prepare for that?
That I got asked I had done a play. I'd done Buried Child a couple years before with the director, and so he asked me to do it like a year before it happened, and so I had a long time to prep. But I worked with a physical coach. I worked with a vocal coach. I learned the original text and I learned the new text, and it was like by far the hardest acting job I've ever done. It was like just, you know, by the end you start off this like hopeful playwright, and by the end you have to shoot yourself in the head, and it's so
And it's
upsetting.
was it every night?
Yeah, we were doing like 80 shows, and it's like 2 times a day. I mean, it was an amazing experience, but it was like by the end I was
fried.
You totally fried. It was a total come down too. Have you've done plays or?
Yeah, but yes, but I've done like Hairspray. Do you know what I mean? Like I've never done.
But did you still feel with Hairspray where you get to like 7:30 and you're not doing the play anymore, and you're like, your heart starts going like, okay,
of course.
my body wants to be doing this play right now.
Of course. But
that was
something
hard
like
for
The
a
Seagull,
month
that's
so intense. Yeah,
that's horrifyingly intense, but amazing. I'm
it
sure.
Was so amazing.
How was Parker Posey?
Dude, so good, so incredibly good.
She's amazing.
And then you know I did see that Mike White came to
a
the
performance.
play. So and then she was in the next season with a very similar character. So I have no idea if that
and you're
was,
like, why wasn't I in The White Lotus?
And then actually Parker Posey knew that I was a huge Tom Waits fan, and after the play sent me a framed signed picture of Tom, you know, that he had signed I think for her, and she sent it to me, so I have it on my piano.
That's
sick.
so sweet.
Yeah.
Parker Posey being the nicest person on earth.
I know, she's
the
amazing.
kindest. Okay, when does your album come out? Do you know?
We were not supposed to say, but then I accidentally said it on live radio this morning. So
now we're good to say it.
It's probably most likely 90% coming out in mid-January. So we have some time, and I'm really excited. We want to do like a listening party. You should come, and then
don't invite me and then take it back.
No, I just don't fucking DM me because I'm never gonna see it. Let's do it. Let's text each other.
I would love to do that.
Somebody was saying, "Oh, I don't like to go because then you're looking at the artist and you can't really react to it." I'm like, "What are you, some asshole critic?" I'm like, I just want to enjoy the music.
I'm so confused. They're like, why can't
they don't want to be around the artist because they want to have? And I'm like, you're not writing for Pitchfork. It's like. Like you can just be a nice like just enjoy the music and be a nice person.
Yeah, I'm not like a critic for Pitchfork, but I'm not. My friends, I'm gonna love.
I think
their
it's
work.
and you're such an incredible actor and performer and stuff. So when you have friends, you guys probably relate on that level. I will say that people who probably listen to the podcast don't know that everybody in LA lights up when they see you. This is just not me just saying it because I made that comment about all those actresses. Like, what party was at the Rachel Sennett's birthday party or something, and you're just like. The hero, I'm like, this guy, you are like Great Gatsby, but in real life,
the hell
you have like
up without the money.
Every person in LA, and like everybody loves you, and nobody ever has a bad thing to say about you.
That's
It's pretty
not true.
amazing, especially in LA. Who has a bad thing to say about you?
Tides are turning. This is an In Your Dreams exclusive. I was added to a group chat the other day of somebody meaning to add somebody else. They were talking shit about me. This is what it was. Actually, they were meaning to add me, but usually when you're added to a group chat, you can't see what's above.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but my phone, I saw the last 3 texts, and then it said...
What did they say?
They were saying really nasty stuff about me, which I'm not going to repeat because I'm just going to put it into the universe. And then they added me to ask me a question, but they were like, let's use him for information, pretty much.
Yeah, they're like, can we get into this fucking asshole. Did you say anything? Did you
No,
say?
I responded and I said, I don't know anything about that. And I said, love you guys. I was so fake.
Dude, no, let's do it right now. Let's
was
respond to them and be like, hey, by the way, these 3 texts just popped up from earlier in the thing. That's so
I think people
fun
think
of you to be talking about me. But
yeah.
maybe you can say it to my face, motherfucker.
And then you punch
Drop the
them
mic,
like
but, like,
Mark
through text.
Wahlberg did
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
I think people, because I'm an open book, I think people are like, oh, we can get anything out of him. But I'm like, I love a secret, and I love keeping a secret.
Oh, was there mean text kind of on the way of we can get something from him?
Yeah, like But are you a secret keeper, or
Like,
are
am I
you an
good at
open
keeping
book? Like
people-
no, like do people come to you with secrets?
Yeah, all the time. Uber drivers, everybody, literally everybody in the whole world. An Uber driver, will drive me to the airport, and by the end, he's like crying, and he's like, I haven't talked about this in 10 years, and I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to make my plane.
That's no, but you're involved. You're involved.
I'm totally involved. But also, I like to get to the real. I love talking to people about like the real and getting into it, but I don't think I'm not gonna like spread their secrets.
I love going deep with people. I think that I sat down at dinner the other night with this random group of people. I was at an actual event for Burberry, humble brag, and I'm sitting there, and you're supposed to not go deep, right?
Of course not.
That's
Yeah,
designed for,
Yeah.
hi, how are you?
Yeah.
So nice to meet you. That's designed for that.
Yeah.
And I was literally like, tell me your life story.
Is that why you did do a podcast, you think? So you can kind of
know their soul?
Just like to get real with people
Yeah.
that maybe... it's like, when would you and I get to have this conversation? Seriously, when would we get to have this conversation?
Well,
Just the
I
two,
tried
even
to
though it's
over
on
DM,
camera.
and then you fucking don't answer. No, I agree. Obviously, we're on camera, so it's different. But I do hope that even with the cameras, that there's still an element of like realness. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, I don't want it to be fake.
That's what I think about. Like, you ever listen to Mark Maron's podcast?
Of course,
It's amazing, and and I think, oh, he really, I feel like, he does go into talking about himself and stuff, but he really does get fascinated by other people and like interesting things.
I'm looking up a lot of stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Bead making. So
amazing.
Like I'm obsessed with making necklaces and bracelets.
I need to do that. I need to figure that out, because when I'm not doing something creative, I like playing sports sometimes.
What kind of sports?
I've been getting into pickleball this year. So fun.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Here I go.
No,
Ready for my hot take?
Uh-oh. You don't like it. Just
Play
because you're
tennis.
bad at it doesn't mean... Are you bad at pickleball?
Horrible.
Yeah, this is what people who are bad at pickleball are like, it's not even an exercise. I'm like, that's
No,
because you're not doing it
is
right.
an exercise. I just think play tennis.
Okay, I totally get it. I said the exact same thing before I started playing.
Yeah.
I was like, this is embarrassing. Also, it's like dorky. It's dorky.
Totally.
Like 1,000% the dorkiest thing. But to play tennis is exhausting. And it takes a lot of effort, and you got to go somewhere and like put on the tennis whites. And there's always like a bunch of people there who are like mad that you're not serving. Anyway, fuck it. I don't need to defend pickleball. I get it. You hate it.
No,
it's kind of
no,
embarrassing. I
No,
get
no,
it.
it's not embarrassing at
I
all.
don't
I'm just
give a
like,
shit.
why not play tennis? But I will say this. I think pickleball is a fun bonding activity. Like, I went with my
You
parents.
can kind of talk. Whereas tennis, you can't talk. That's true.
Totally. I went with my parents, and I was like, this is great. We're bonding. So what are your hobbies?
So I'm trying to figure out some hobbies, because one thing I've been doing recently is I wrote a script, and I'm trying to direct this movie, and like what I spend a lot of my time doing is like on Criterion watching old movies, or like, reading books about filmmaking and all this
That's
stuff.
hobby.
But yeah, and it's a hobby, and then also just learning about the history of film and history of music, all that stuff is super interesting to me. But I got to get into some other stuff. Well, can you think of some fun hobbies for me to have? Because I would love hobbies. Like, I don't really know how to do that. I would love to get in.
Do you draw?
I would love to get into drawing. I love to do things really enthusiastically. Like, I went to this dance class with this super amazing dance teacher. This guy, he was like, does all
What kind
these
of dance
choreo-
class?
He did this like modern dance class, and I was in the back, and I was going so hard, and he was like, this guy doesn't have any idea what he's doing, but he's giving it his all. He screamed out, and I was like, I can go one of two ways. I can take that as a deep, deep, deep insult, or I can just take it as a positive that, you know what, I went for it.
And you
was
took it as an insult and you
fucking
left?
limbs going everywhere. everywhere, my legs going everywhere, jumping up and down. I was really going for it. And honestly, I was so happy. I felt like a little kid or something.
I took a hip hop class recently. I went to Millennium. Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
It's like where Britney went to train for I'm a Slave for You.
Oh,
it's like
amazing.
that vibe.
Wow.
And I went and I didn't realize online it doesn't say beginner. It says like modern 3, whatever 2. And I was like,
wow.
I didn't obviously now that I'm saying it, I sound like such an idiot. Obviously now it's levels. Obviously that's level 1, level 2, level 3. For
Right.
some reason when I looked at like hip hop 3, I was like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah. I can do 3.
I can do 3,
Yeah.
right? 3 is
3.
a great
3
number.
PM,
Right.
3,
I was
could
like,
be-
great.
could be any kind of 3.
So I did hip hop 3. There's a move that Tate McRae does. It's like a back bend into a leg. I don't know. Anyways,
Good for
it
her.
was
That's amazing.
Every single person in the class they go, we're going to do that. And they're like, yeah, we're there. And they already were there. And I was like, still on my back being like, and how do I get up? Like it was impossible. And it was really embarrassing. And I didn't have the mindset you had, which was like, fuck it. I don't know these people. I don't fucking care. Had I done that, I would have just had fun.
Right.
But I was so shameful and embarrassed.
And it probably shut down your excitement of dancing.
Totally. But that's what we need to go to a class so I can watch you have fun and then I can have fun.
A lot of the times when things get too serious might be the wrong word, or where you're just gripping the baseball bat too tight, like for performing or songwriting, like there has to be a level of play,
Totally.
That's the whole reason you do it, so you can continue being a kid.
I agree. I agree. And I love, we need to be children again.
We need to be children. You need to like finding the inner child. It's so beautiful when you see like an incredible dancer and you just see that like glee in their face.
What's something in your life that you couldn't live without?
I'm sure with you too, it's like we're traveling so much, like going to do the movie in Australia, there'd be no way I could take care of a dog. So I have to have people in my life that have great dogs that I can hang out with, because it's just too hard for me to have my own dog, but I need to be around them. It's just me.
What kind of dogs do you like the most?
I grew up with a French bulldog. It was so awesome. Now
Amazing.
my parents have like a Frenchie kind of mix thing. I love pits. I fell in love with this beagle one time. That was my
Are
friend's
pit bulls
beagle.
scary?
I think pit bulls get a bad rap. They get, a lot of times they get like their ears clipped and they're like forced into fighting and stuff just because they have these strong bodies. But no, they're like this. They're sweethearts. They just get abused a lot.
So sad.
I know. Bullshit.
My dad's obsessed with a pit bull, and I've always
has one or no?
No,
Yeah.
but he's like obsessed with them, obsessed, and he really always wanted one growing up, but my mom wouldn't let him because of this bad rep that they got.
Bad rep.
Okay, 2 more questions about your music, and then I'm done. Do you produce your own music?
Yeah, we produce it. We produced this album with a guy named Tone Deaf.
Great.
And we've worked with him before, and Alex and I just go in, the two of us, and we split off and play all the instruments ourselves and just kind of go like, he'll be playing a bass part and I'll be playing a guitar part in another
Jesus
booth, and then he'll play
Christ.
drums. And
You're
we try
Stevie
to go
Wonder.
we try to go really fast, because if we don't, especially in the studio, if we don't, sometimes we start overthinking or that's when we start fighting. Whereas if we just kind of keep moving and if the song's not working, leave it, go to the next one. We actually just started doing sessions again. It's so fun. I miss being in the studio. It's so awesome.
I don't really know what it entails because I've never been in a studio when someone's producing something. Are you like, this needs to change here and this needs to change? Like it's that?
I think a lot of the producing in that way comes after you record it and you're in the mixing stage and you're like, I just need a little more of this, a little more less of that. Can we take that out? But a lot of it is just trial and error, like throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. Like, try this keyboard part, try this, run over here and do this. And like, like for this new song, Jack, that just came out today, Alex was just like, what if I just put down a piano part like Dad would play? Because Alex is an amazing pianist, amazing everything.
Oh my God.
And I was like, yeah, try. I was like, probably won't use it, but try it. And now it's like the main instrument on the track, because I was like, that's fucking fire. That's amazing.
That's so special also that you guys share with your dad this love of music. Mm-hmm. Were you a big like piano lessons?
Yeah,
like,
he didn't do piano lessons with us, but we had a piano teacher and stuff.
Yeah.
And
you would love my dad. You need to meet him. He's a musician as well.
What kind?
He kind of does everything. He like goes to eat, sleeps, and breathes it in a way that I'm like,
man.
I wish I had that about anything, really.
What's it been like right now with all the success that you've had with like adults and all this stuff?
No, I've not had success.
You have. It's a huge show. I'm seeing all fucking billboards all over Studio City and all over like Beechwood and stuff. I've been seeing your face all the time. What's it been like?
Oh my God. It's been fine. It's been fine. I feel like, and maybe you can relate to this, I feel really normal because I have really normal friends.
Yeah, totally. It's the
Do you
company
feel like
you
that?
keep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I feel like when you go outside of your friend group,
You're like,
then,
okay.
Right.
Things
then
are maybe different, but inside my circle, it's exactly the same.
Also, I think we're very lucky, correct me if I'm wrong, but all of our friends, the most famous people I know are still struggling.
I remember John Green saying to me this thing that really stuck with me where he said, when I was younger, I thought, if I get successful, all my insecurities will go away and all my confidence will go up. He's like, so I got successful, my confidence went way up, and then my insecurities went way up with it. And I was like, that is so true. Of like, you know, I always say when somebody, you know, because you've probably seen it, like when somebody really blows up, they're kind of weird for like a year. There's like a year where they're just kind of weird. And it's not even that they're a jerk or it's, you know, people are like, oh, you become famous as a jerk. They're weird. They're like,
no, they're hard to talk to.
Their whole world has just completely changed. And
but I don't fault them.
No, it's a completely you know, it's an amazing thing because they're you know, anytime you have success, you get more opportunities and you get to meet incredible people. But your entire worldview changes. Everybody looks at you a completely different way, and suddenly you have all these pressures you didn't have before, and like you're getting all these. When you get to a goalpost that you think is going to make you happy and it doesn't, that's really upsetting. That's really tough.
Totally. Also, fame, whatever that, like, fame isn't what it was before, and now, like, which is amazing. You can make 3 TikToks and be famous.
Right.
That's
fame used to be kind of like winning the lottery, and now it's like kind of almost a business.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But now fame is so different, and fame is like, famous people are just getting free stuff, and that's kind of like their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you do an ad and you're getting free stuff, but like, what does that mean for long term? Like, I feel like a lot of my friends who are like quote unquote famous are so nervous about the future, which is something that you never had to worry about before. Like
before, you're just like, I hope I make it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it just shows that everybody has their own road to hoe. Everybody's got their own struggles, and it's like when people get all, you know, jealous or competitive, and you just think like, God, if you were in their shoes, then you'd have a whole other list of baggage and shit to deal with. You know, just deal with your own stuff. Stay in your lane and deal with your own stuff.
I agree. You
know,
or you have many lanes that you're in, which is amazing.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, this has been an incredibly exciting time because, you know, for a long time it was the things that were really, you know, I was having a lot of luck with were just being in these movies, and now I have a movie that I'm super excited about, but just having that the music's happening and then trying to direct and all these things that feel like, you know, like they feel like they're different lanes, but they all feel like me and feel like just ways that I'm, you know, finding to express myself. And it's kind of, yeah, I feel, especially recently, I've been feeling really grateful, really lucky. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. I have to ask you one more thing and then we're done. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
You're going to answer. I'm going to name a list of 10 things and you're going to give me a hot take, a thought, a feeling, a word, whatever the fuck you want to give me, you can give me.
Okay.
I just, by the way, cursed for the first time today and I felt amazing doing it.
Sorry, I've been cursing so much, but I think it's you making me so comfortable.
Cursing.
God, yeah.
Okay. Limited edition vinyls.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
That's a hot take. Okay.
Cool.
Love
Sick.
Island.
What? Tell me why you're going on the show. Like in the beginning, like I get it. You get wrapped up in it. There's all these beautiful, but you maybe like are actually falling for something. But why did you go on in the beginning?
You, bombshells?
Why did you go on
totally
at first? Is it to go to? Why did you go on?
Is it to be famous?
Is it to be famous? Are you actually trying to find love? That's what I thought on the. Like I watched the Golden Bachelor. I never watched The Bachelor before. I watched the Golden Bachelor.
Wait, you never watching The Bachelor and then watching the Golden Bachelor is a disaster,
right? I went back and watched the season of The Bachelor, and I just thought, wow, there are people on these shows that are actually trying to find love.
Yeah, of course.
I was cynical, thinking no one was, but I thought, no, there are a couple people here, and they're never the ones who find it.
Well, also, I feel
like
the Golden Bachelor is different. I feel like that they're actually like probably genuinely wanting to find love.
Right.
They're 60. They're like, no, we need love. True crime docuseries.
Love. Oh
really?
My God. Can I just say, like there's something I understand logically how it's, you know, using people for the most traumatic event in their life and making something out of it. But The Jinx is maybe the best show I've ever seen in my entire life.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
The Jinx, dude. It's Robert Durst, and he killed his wife, his neighbor, his thing, and he has this
Wait,
weird...
was this The Staircase?
No,
that
was another great
Staircase.
one.
Okay.
I've seen all of them. That was another great one. This one was the first one. He was caught on hot mic saying, "I killed them all, of course." And they put that in the show.
Denim.
One time there was this guy who came over to my parents' house, and my dad came out wearing a full denim outfit, and this kid was like, "Hey, Mike, digging the denim." And my dad said, "Who is this motherfucker in my house?"
Europe.
Croissants.
Love that. Okay, clogs.
I feel like they take a lot of confidence for somebody to wear. I think, oh, they're wearing clogs. And then I don't really have an opinion either way. But I do clock it. I go, clogs, clocked. Put it into my brain, stored there for later when I might need it. You know what I mean? Just something I might need to know. They wore clogs that time. Okay.
Jorts.
Oh, fuck yeah. I've never had the confidence to wear jorts, but it's so cool to see guys in bands with 5 names wearing jorts at 4100.
Totally. I thought you were actually like naming it somebody who wears jorts in a band, like 5 seconds.
No,
of
I just
summer
feel
or
like
something.
if you go to one of these places in LA, you know, they're like, it's really been nice weather out, and you're like, wow, there's a lot of hipster dudes with jorts on.
Yeah. Okay, last one, Twitter.
Twitter, I guess I just, social media is like, it's just too intense for me. There's too many things bopping around. The only thing that's a bummer about not being on Twitter is that I do feel like I am never the first one to know about a celebrity passing away. And I feel like then I get it in the group chat and I think, I don't really want to find this out
through a group chat.
I want to have my own experience with it before it's like, oh man, I can't
Twitter
believe...
does do that well.
Twitter, it's like you
know
see it
the
in your own and you're
information.
like, whoa, wow, now I got to just sit with that. Betty White is gone.
Totally.
Betty White is gone.
So sad.
Yeah.
Okay, I do this thing.
Pour one out
Last
for Betty.
question. We have to pour one out for Betty, honestly. We should be having a cocktail. I do this thing where I ask my guests, what is your...
By the way, I love this interview. This is so fun. I can't even believe this.
Really?
Interview. Yeah.
Oh my God, I've been like, I was asleep.
I think it's convinced about 0.0% of people to see Play Dirty, the movie I'm in.
Wait, do you just want
But
to
it
say
doesn't matter.
one thing
Jorts are-
about Play Dirty?
Let me just say one thing about Play Dirty, that it is action-packed, hilarious. Lakeith Stanfield is so good. Mark is amazing. Rosa
I have
Salazar
such a
is
crush
amazing.
on Lakeith.
Everyone does. Is
he charming?
Amazing. Yo, so charming.
I have such a crush on him.
He's like...
Do you think he would date me?
Hell yeah. He's married with kids. But I mean, just in the whatever universe you're feeling it, I totally...
No, this
get with it.
universe. So
This
it's going to be
universe,
a no.
sure. He's beautiful. You see him in person.
No,
He's so
I know.
beautiful.
I have such a crush.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us more about Play Dirty. Just give us a snippet.
The snippet
It's
is
action-packed.
I get thrown off a building and I survive. And then I get put in a full body cast, and I do the second half of the movie in a full body cast.
Did you use a stunt double for the building?
For the building, I used a stunt double, but I did get to do a real drop on the thing. Not all the way to the ground, obviously, but it was sick. It was like, you know those rides in an amusement park that go...
Oh my God! Like
Yeah.
Halloween, like
Yeah.
the what is it called? Like the Tower of Terror.
Yeah, you feel everything go into the pit of your stomach. Like, yeah,
That's amazing. Was that fun?
so fun. Oh my God.
Are you? Wait, how many leads are there? Are you the lead of this?
No, Mark is the lead. And then he's just, it's just a bunch of colorful characters around him. And
Amazing.
I'm one of those characters. Oh, Tony Shalhoub, who's
Monk.
like the greatest.
The greatest ever alive.
The greatest.
He's so funny and he's so kind.
Genius. He's the best. He's the greatest.
He's so
yeah.
kind. Okay, one reason to see it. Give us one reason.
Lakeith Stanfield before he gets into the heist is kind of an amateurish actor. He
So
has a theater
fun.
company, and it is one of the funniest bits I've seen in a movie in a long time.
There you go.
Yeah.
See Play Dirty, October 1st.
October 1st.
Okay, I do this thing on my podcast where I ask guests, what is your big dream?
What about some kind of cool magic technology where you don't have to sit in traffic because you can do this? You snap and then you're just there. I know it's magic, but what if there was a thing and you just go?
I think that's
and then
great.
You're somewhere. Because when people say, "What's your superpower?" Somebody I knew said, "Magic hands," and I thought, hell yeah, because then you can probably fly with those hands too, and then you can just snap and you can be somewhere and snap, be somewhere. Because
do you hate traffic?
Not really hate traffic. It's just like for me, I always want to be where I am, and going to the next place is super overwhelming for me. And like leaving, getting like dressed, and then going to the place is always so. I wish I could just snap. I'll be dressed. Snapped, I'd be at the place, you know. And then I have to go to the next place. Snap, I'm there. It would just save a lot of my, my ADHD.
Are you always late?
I am gotten so much better. I would be 15 minutes late to everything. And people would be like, if you really cared, then I was like, I really care. But then I kind of figured it out. And now what I do is I show up really early. It was a trick my mom taught me.
Well, I loved having you here.
God,
and I love your big dream for the world. I think if there was a way to get rid of traffic, I actually love traffic because I love listening to music. I love listening to an album front to back.
I am going to give you our album. Our album is a really good car album, but I want you to first listen to it in the listening party. Would you want to come to something like that?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that'd be awesome. But then I'll send it to you. I think it'll be a good album for your car.
What? It's front to back album?
Front to back, from the top to the bottom. It has an arc to it, you know?
Are you ready for this? There's no words.
There's no words there.
We don't have any words left on except for mine. Wait, I'm obsessed with this.
What's happening?
I'm actually obsessed with this. You just kind of looking like that. Okay, just look into this main camera.
How the fuck am I supposed to see where I'm looking?
Fuck, that's tricky. Okay, so you can look a little.
Look a little bit, okay. Here, okay.
Look into this main camera and say,
Okay.
Good night, I love you. We're done with the podcast. Did you have fun?
Wait, what's happening right now?
No, I'm asking you a
Okay.
genuine question. Did you have fun?
Good night.
No,
I
no,
love you.
answer.
This
Did
has
you
been
have fun
amazing.
first?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I missed that last part. No, I had so much fun. Thank you so much.
Okay, now look into this main thing and say good night, I love you. Ready?
Good night. I love you.
You're gonna figure it out in your dreams. Good night, Owen Theo.